Hi boys and girls, this is Mrs. Ackerman here to explain the directions for your Week 2 study packet. I will say that I will probably not get done with this video in one video for all the things that we have to do this week. So I think I can get to at least day 3 or day 4, and then you might have to watch another video for day 3 or 4. First, like last week, you have your activity menu. Then after that, you have a reading log on this page. I am not requiring each and every one of you to do this reading log. However, if your parents would like for you to have more to do, then you can do this as some extra work for this week. So if you wanted this extra work, or your parents want you to do this extra work, you can go and pick a fiction or nonfiction book on your own, and then on a workbook page or some scrap paper or whatever, you're going to put your name and the title of the book at the top. Choose one of the prompts from down here, one of these options, and write the letter at the top of your book or your scrap page, and write in the title of the book. Then write 3 to 5 sentences about your book. And remember, not all the questions make sense for every book, so you might have to pick some different questions to answer from your book down here. But once again, this is not required of all of you. If you do not have time to do this, please don't feel like you have to. This is just for those students who think they need more work. Okay, day 1. What you're going to do is you're going to read this text up top. You have 3 questions. This first question, you can find the answer up here in the text. The second question you will not find in the text because it is an opinion question. It is what you think. And then number 3 is drawing a picture. You may use the tools, the highlighter, and the different color pencil tools to draw your picture down here. The next page is basically it's kind of questions about you. It's all about you. I want you to tell me more about you. So you can type in your answers or you can write in your answers, whichever one will look neatest. Just answering questions about you. Make sure that you have, they already have the beginning of the sentence for you, so that's capital, but make sure you have end marks at the end of your sentences, please. And then your grammar page for day 1 is, it's learning about verbs with ing. So I can tell you all these words down here are in order of how you're going to put them right here. However, you have to decide, does these words over here on the side that I'm going to put in this blank end with an E or not? And do I need to, if it ends with an E, do I need to take off the E before adding ing to make the word the right word, or to make the word spelled correctly for these sentences? And math for day 1 is roll to 100. Now you will need a dice. You have options here for each of the dice. If you roll a 1, you can draw a penny down here. If you roll a 4, you can draw a quarter. If you roll a 5, you can draw a nickel. If you roll a 3, you can draw 3 pennies. If you roll a 2, you can draw a dime. And if you roll a 6, you can draw 6 pennies. Now, I want you to draw you're going to have to roll more than one time for player 1. And really, I'm just going to have you do this for all the players. You're not actually going to have a player 1 and player 2. But let's say you rolled and you got a 5. So I'm going to have you draw a nickel. Okay? Then you have to roll again. Boys and girls, you have to roll until you can equal $1 or more than $1. So let's say you rolled again and you got a 2, which is a dime. So now you have 15 cents. Let's say you drew a 3. Well, now you have 3 pennies. Okay, now that's 17 cents. Let's say you drew a quarter, or you rolled a quarter. So now you have 25 cents. Okay, so 25 plus 10 is 35, plus 5 is 40. You have 43 cents. You're going to keep rolling and keep drawing your coins until you get to 100 or more than 100. You are going to do this 6 times, boys and girls, because the next page also has 4 more times, okay? And then there are some questions down here, but like I said, you are not playing with anyone else. I'm just having you do work on your money skills, and you'll do it by yourself. So you don't have to answer these questions down here below. Okay, day 2. For reading, you are going to read the story about Jesse Owens. You're going to answer these questions, and then you have to find the secret code for this. Basically what you do, boys and girls, you see this 18 right here? You're going to go down, you're going to go down to the 18, see what letter it is, looks like R, and you're going to draw an R right here, okay? And then you're going to do 5, 3, 15, 18, and 4, so that you can figure out what's the secret code word. For reading also, you are going to do your favorite food pre-writing. Now, on this, I want you, it says, in your opinion, what's the best food to eat for dinner? Give 3 reasons why it's the best, and then give a concluding sentence. Please do not just tell me that it's the best because it's the yummiest, or it tastes the best. Please write reasons that maybe might help other people also want to eat that food for dinner, or think it's the best food. So in your opinion, I think the best food is, or the best food to eat for dinner is chicken. And then maybe you can tell me 3 reasons why it's chicken. Or maybe you think it's something else, tacos, pizza, whatever you think. Now give me some reasons about this. Maybe think about, is it healthy? Is it not healthy? Does it matter if it's healthy? Think of other reasons why it might be good for you. Okay, doesn't have to all mean that it's healthy, because that's only going to be one reason. There might be other reasons why you also should eat it. Okay, I was thinking of some reasons, like if you chose something like tacos, well, more than one person can put different things in there to make it taste good to their liking. Like some people may not like lettuce, so you just don't have to put lettuce in the taco, and then they will eat it and they might like it. It's up to you, okay? Then, once you have done your 3 reasons and your concluding sentence, you get to write your paragraph. Make sure you leave a finger space at the beginning before you start writing your first sentence. Make sure you have end marks at the end of your sentences and capital letters for the beginning of your sentences. Remember, you can type or you can write those. For grammar, we are talking about homophones. And homophones are words that sound the same, but they have different meanings. So you have this word see. You have the see like the ocean, or the see like seeing with your eyes. You have to decide which one goes with this sentence. You're going to do the same thing for these 2. Then, when you have gotten that done, down here on the bottom, whichever words, boys and girls, you did not circle up here, you can choose 2 of those words, not all of them, but 2 of those words, and you can write one sentence using one of those words. Please have 6 words in your sentence because you have 2 lines. And then you can use one of the other words that you did not circle in a different sentence and write it down here. And like I said, please have 6 words in those sentences, capital letters and end marks at the end. And then for math on this day, you are it is asking you to get out a deck of cards and get only one suit out. Like maybe you choose to get only the hearts or only the diamonds out. And you are only doing the ace, which an ace means 1, through the 9. You're not doing the king, queen, or jack, or jokers, okay? Now, like I said, the ace means 1. So you are going to find 4 different cards or 3 different cards that will equal 100. And I want you to write them down nice and big. So, like if you had a, or you might even have to use the highlighter to make it nice and big. Let me see. Let's see if you wanted like 13. Okay. And then 13 plus what equals 100? Let's see. 7 and 8. Okay, so I would have different numbers. Now you might have, if you have like a 9 right here, well, you can't use a 9 again, so you wouldn't be able to do that. So you would probably have to have 2 numbers, one on top and one on the bottom. I know you're writing on top of this side right here, and that's okay. All right, on the next page, day 3. You are going to read this story and answer the questions. You will find all these questions except for number 5 up here in the text. Number 5 is kind of your opinion, kind of not. You can still find the answer up here. How did Jesse Owens show that he was a hard worker? What did he do up here? What were some things he did up here that could tell you that he is a hard worker? All right, then we have this personal narrative graphic organizer. You are to think about an event as a watermelon and the details as the seeds. You fill in the beginning, middle, and end with quick notes and add details about each. Boys and girls, there is an example on the next page, so you can have a little bit, maybe understand a little bit more of what I'm asking you to do. So they chose a beach trip as their event, and they said on that beach trip, they first, at the beginning, when they first got there, they built sand castles with their brothers, or with their brother. And when they were building sand castles, the sand castle had shells and a moat. When they were building it, that's what they built also. In the middle, they had a picnic lunch, and during their lunch, a seagull stole a piece of bread. And then at the end of the story, maybe at the end of their beach trip, they went and splashed in the waves, and their wet feet was covered in the sand. Okay? So if you try to think of an event that I have thought about, and maybe you might like to, was our 2nd grade field trip. If you could, your event could be your 2nd grade field trip, and then you could say, what happened at the beginning of your field trip? What was one of the first things we did on that field trip? And then you can fill in a detail. And then in the middle of the field trip, what did we do? Did we eat lunch? Did we do something else? You can choose. It doesn't have, I know there's probably a lot of events or things that you did during that day, but just pick 3 more, like 3 of the most important ones. So you'd have a middle, and then you can tell something about that middle detail. And then something that you did at the end, and then write a detail there. Like I said, if you can think of any event, I would choose your 2nd grade field trip, because that happened if you were able to go on the field trip. Okay, if not, you might have to choose a different event that had happened to you before. And it doesn't have to be something that happened this year. It can be something that happened last year and things like that too. And then for grammar again, you are going to do some homophones again. And you are going to circle the correct word for, you have to circle 2 correct words for these sentences. That's all you have to do for that, just circle. And then you have your hundreds reading board challenge, and you are going to answer these questions to fill out this hundreds chart at the back, okay? So I do understand on here, boys and girls, I guess what you says, shade the numbers between 4 and 7. So you go to this back page, and the numbers between, not 4, but between 4 and 7, you can get your highlighter out and color the numbers between 4 and 7. Okay, then you have to go back to this page, shade the number that is 7 times 2. Now, boys and girls, I know you do not know how to multiply, or most of you don't know how to multiply, some of you do. I will write in what some of these equal for you if it is multiplication. That way you don't have to do that on your own, since multiplication is a 3rd grade skill. Okay, So you're just going to fill in all those and it will make a picture for this, okay? And